Hi everyone, it's Friday morning, August 15th at 6:51. And we're going to be doing our final experiment with Orchid 26. We're going to add 2 cups of water to it today and then let it sit for 8 hours. And then compare that result to the 2-hour experiment and the 5-hour experiment that we already did. So the scale is set to 0 and we'll weigh the orchid, and we're right at 26.0. Perfect. Recall the vase weighed 23.5 ounces, and the orchid originally weighed 2.5 ounces, a total of 26.0 ounces. So let's add the water once again. Approximately 2 cups. And that'll be it. So I'll check back with you around 3 p.m. today. Please stay tuned. Okay, we're back and it's 3:03 p.m. on August 15th. And Orchid 26 has been soaking for 8 hours now. So what I'm going to do is take it out of its original vase and let it dry out in this bigger vase for about 15 minutes. All right, and then we'll come back and weigh it and see what the results are. Meanwhile, I'll empty out the original vase. Okay, it's 3:20 p.m., Friday, August 15th. And let's have a look at the orchid. It's dried out for some time now. I'll just pull it out and show you the roots. And you can see the dark green color of the velamen now after absorbing, however, the amount of water it absorbed in the past 8 hours. So the old vase is spanking clean. And we'll take the orchid now, put it back in the old vase. There we go. And the scale is set to 0. So let's see what it weighs after 8 hours. And it looks like the grand total is 26.2 ounces in 8 hours. Well, to say that I'm surprised would be an incredible understatement. It's more like I'm stunned by these results. After 8 days without water, the orchid and vase didn't go above 26.2, and that's in an 8-hour period. Now compare that with a little over 2 weeks ago, when we started the experiment, and that was on Wednesday, July 30th. The orchid hadn't received water since July 13th, and it took in 0.3 ounces of water. And that wasn't very surprising because it was only a 2-hour soaking period. And then we move on to 8 days later, Thursday, August 7th, and we soak it again. We bring the weight down to 26. We soak it again now for 5 hours, and 0.6 ounces is added on, which was double the 2-hour period of the first experiment. So now it's Friday, August 15th, 8 days later, and I'm expecting that we'll at least get a weight of 26.6 ounces that we got when we did the 5-hour soak. But no, it only went up 0.2 ounces in an 8-hour period. And the percentage of original weight added was 8%, compared with the 24% of the 5-hour test and 12% with the 2-hour test. So normally I'd have a nice logical answer for you, but You know, I'm flummoxed here. I have no idea what happened. So the only suggestion I can offer is that at any particular time, an orchid is comfortable at a certain weight. And if we look at it as a small factory, in terms of output, perhaps it took in sufficient water when it reached the max of 3.1 ounces during the 5-hour experiment to produce enough sugar for itself so as not to require any more resources beyond what's reflected in the weight of 2.7 ounces at this point. But this is pure conjecture on my part, and it would be a fool's game for me to pretend to know the reasoning behind the plans that this orchid has mapped out for itself. I mean, I have enough problems just figuring out what's going on with my own body sometimes. So the mysterious nature of these orchids continues to fascinate me. And I just want to thank you for joining me once again in this experiment.